CRYTEK just dropped a developer insight for update 2.3, some of the changes and the priorities that they have coming for that specific update. And I'm gonna go over all of the notable changes very quickly. And from the words of CRYTEK, from update 2.3 onwards, we plan to reverse some previous decisions around the power creep of certain weapons and traits, as well as fixing some long-standing issues that impact gameplay and more. So go hand in hand with additional focus on stability, bug fixing, and performance improvements for an overall smoother experience. So let's talk about everything that is going to change and all of the information we've learned from this developer insight. But before I do, if you guys could leave a like, comment, and subscribe for future content like this, gameplay and guides, that would mean a lot to me and it would help me greatly in the content creation journey. If you guys want to see me live, I am now streaming on YouTube every day that I stream on Twitch, which is Wednesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. EST. So come drop by the live, say hi on your preferred platform of choice, and yeah, let's get into the video. Lightfoot is no longer going to allow for silent crouching from solo players. So this is a direct nerf for solo players. And in my opinion, this isn't a good thing. I don't think that solos needed to be nerfed any more than they already are. I guess you guys leave your comments in the comment section below. This is a good one. The revive bolts are now going to be scarce and can only be looted from dead hunters and come with less ammunition. And it says that they plan on revising them in the future updates. Next, the Krag will have slightly reduced extra ammo capacity from 12 to 10. Used to be 8 last year, and it goes up in cost from $450 hunt to encourage more arsenal variety, which I agree with these changes. I think the Krag was in a good spot when it was only 124 damage that it dealt to enemy hunters. But now they changed it. So if a hunter has died once, they will die to one shot in the upper torso within the damage fall off range from the Krag. Yes, I think this is a good change, slightly giving it less ammo and making it cost more. And on the bright side, the uppercut's getting a price reduction. It is going to be $310 hunt, which might not be worth the price for most of you guys, considering that the uppercut has been nerfed so many dang times. I still would prefer the PAX True Shot over the uppercut just because of the price alone. But in general, what are you guys going to be using? The uppercut or the PAX or another pistol? Leave it in the comments below. Good change though, regardless. Cheaper price on a gun that has been nerfed many times. It wasn't nerfed with the price. So let's see what this shapes out to be. This is an interesting one. The Surefoot trait will no longer have faster crouching speed and will go up to 6 upgrade points. It was normally 4 upgrade points, so 2 extra upgrade points. I love this trait regardless. I'll still be using it, but 6 is kind of hefty considering that Quartermaster, which is the best trait in the game, in my personal opinion, is 6 upgrade points. The next thing is that it will require 3 bear traps to kill an enemy hunter, allowing players to avoid using a single tool slot choice, which allows for an easy insta-kill trap setups on their own without using explosive barrels, extra traps found in the world, or the frontiersman trait. This is a great change in my personal opinion, and one that I have been anticipating and hoping for a long time. The black bear traps that you can bring in are just ridiculous in this game, and I honestly still think that they should be taken out. And the red ones didn't used to be so powerful, so I guess making it take 3 is a very good change. It's not perfect, but it's a step in the right direction, so I'm happy. Melee tools will cause more damage to targets, so they reverted this a couple updates ago towards the bosses, which is what CRYTEK means when they say targets. So now you can kill the bosses and things like that a little faster, which is good. So they're kind of reverting on that. And there are more in-world melee spawns near boss layers again. That's good as well. A lot of the time since they changed it, I have not been able to find one that wasn't a static spawn. So good change in the right direction. Then pull-out damage from stuck projectiles is back up to a meaningful level of damage. We'll talk about how this affects traits like Blademancer and Berserker at a later time. That completely confirms that Blademancer will be back in a later time, probably the next upcoming event. But that is going to mean like arrows, throwing knives, things like that. If you pull them out, it is going to do a lot more damage than it has previously. But I guess we should see what the damages are when the update arrives. Now let's talk about some of the bugs they've mentioned. We refactored the poison damage system to prevent issues around the effects not disappearing correctly. There's been a couple times where you could get poisoned and it stays on your screen until you die. That has been an annoying bug that has been in the past, but they are apparently changing it, so that is good. Hanging chains and other sound traps will no longer block attacks during combat. I hope this doesn't just mean melee attacks, but this is a very, very good change because there are many times where you could shoot or hit or throw a tomahawk or a knife through a chain and it will just completely stop in its tracks and not do any damage to the enemy hunters. But the question is, does this revolve around guns as well? If I shoot a chain with my gun, is it still going to go through and block all of its damage? Then another really, really solid one is that the concertina wires will no longer damage players through walls and ceilings. This is amazing. and definitely should have been in the game a long time ago. Then they have some other notable changes to look out for, and this is the list. Fast fingers will be added to the Martini and the Maynard sniper. I disagree that it should be on any guns in the game, in my personal opinion. Let me know your guys' opinions on fast fingers in the comments below. But I don't think that the Maynard, if fast finger stays in the game, I don't think that the Maynard should have it. I think Maynard Dum Dum is extremely overpowered. It shouldn't even be in the game, to be honest. But what is your guys' opinions on the Maynard and that Martini getting fast fingers? The bolt thrower trait will also work for the bomb lance and bomb launcher. This is tremendously terrible in my opinion. I do not agree with this. They are pretty solid weapons and they have really good melee, at least the bomb lance. I don't think it needs to reload any faster personally, but I am excited to give it a try. It will be fun, but I don't know if it should be in the game. Weekly challenges are now coming in random weekly sets to reduce the chance of individual weapons dominating entire weeks. Good change, something that they probably should have done a long time ago as well, but it's a good change overall and I'm not complaining. So that means that you and your buddies might not have the same exact challenges for that week. The conduit trait now gives solo hunters double the stamina reward and progresses 2 clue steps with 1 interaction. So they nerfed the light foot for solos, but slightly buffed a little more for conduit. Let me know what your guys' opinions on this. Is that too much for solos? The Vetterli has been given an improved rate of fire in ADS with the Iron Eye trait, while the Centennial's rate of fire has been reduced slightly at the same time. I think the Vetterli and the Centennial, it wasn't really a competition between the guns. I think the Centennial was way better. With this change, you might see a lot more Vetterlis out in the bayou. And I genuinely really enjoy the Vetterli. I think it's fun, but I never took Iron Eye with it because bolt action Iron Eyes just don't seem to be that amazing. So I honestly think that the Centennial will still be better, but we should see how this shapes out as well. And now, lastly, players can now disarm and pick up Dark Dynamite satchels, storing them back in their inventory if you have a free slot, of course. I like that change, but honestly, I think the Dark Dynamite satchel is kind of useless at this point because it is so loud. You would have to be deaf to not hear it and walk on it. It is very, very hard to miss. And then the last thing CRYTEKS says is, as we said last year, update 2.3 will be lighter on new content and features as we focus on actioning more bugs and fixing improvements. We'll be focusing on stability, performance, and more, ultimately raising the quality of your gameplay experience significantly. Moving forward through 2025, we will still be bringing unique new events, but at a lower frequency with a priority of delivering those key improvements over new content. We strongly feel that this is the best path forward as we consolidate and stabilize the game. We will share more about contents of update 2.3 and future events as we draw closer. That's a good ending to this insight, and I am more than happy to see bug fixes and improvements like that than just strictly content. With a lot of people asking in my live streams when the next event is going to come out, this kind of makes me think that it will not be out for maybe another 2 months. In CRYTEKS past, and especially around this time last year, they ended the event and started Desolation's Wake about a month after Tides of Desolation ended. So that is what I would guess, but at the end of this dev insight, it kind of sounds like it's going to be a little while. So don't be surprised if it takes 2 to 3 months before a new event is here with new guns and content, but maybe this 2.3 will come out and it won't be with any content at all or any new event. So we shall see. If you guys made it to this point in the video and you guys want to see more of this, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you really want to help me in my content creation journey, consider checking out my Patreon, as that truly helps me the best way in this journey. And then, like I said, drop by the live stream because I am now on YouTube full time. So thank you guys very much, and I will see you guys in the bayou.
Through the night, love's sweet whispers, tender touch.